Hey everyone, so I'm starting a new sculpture today. It's going to be Davros from Doctor Who. I thought I might as well make a little video as I move along here. Ultimately, it might be fun to do like time-lapse kind of a thing, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. So anyway, so what I do for this, and it's going to be from the new series, like 10th Doctor on David Tennant era Davros. What I start with is a sculpting armature, and this is made of plastic. And it just allows me to have a head shape so that I know if I build up clay, I'm going to try and probably build up about an inch thickness around the entire thing. So if I do want to wear it as a rubber mask, I can. I don't think I would do that because I have a lot of claustrophobia issues. So, but anyway, and so here it is. I just started this about 20 minutes ago, and the idea is you put a clay. You just put some clay around the whole thing just to build up your initial thickness. I've got, if anybody's, knows the character, I have some teeth forms here that I'm going to be putting into it because I'm going to give him kind of an expression. He doesn't have eyes per se, but he does have kind of a ball-shaped eye right here. And so I'll be adding that. So stay tuned for another update coming very shortly. Alright, the start of day 3. I put about 3.5-4 hours into it yesterday, and it's coming together. I got some of the big sort of secondary forms and such in there. It's starting to look like him. I mean, it looks like him, but it's starting to look like the version that I want it to look like. So continue on, continue to work on the secondary wrinkles and get kind of get the back of the head a little more fleshed out and that sort of thing. Get some muscle definition in there in the back and of the neck and things like that, and then we'll continue on. Just a little aside, if at some point, at any point in the sculpture, if you ever run across something that you're not happy with and you think, oh, that eye isn't right, or the teeth are wrong, but oh, I've gone so far I can't change it. No, you need to change it. No matter how far along you are, if it's not right, it's not right, and it's not going to be right, and you're not going to be happy with it after it's all molded and everything. You're just going to keep looking at it going, damn it, I wish I changed that. So do it now. Do it now when you can. After it's molded, you can't do anything. All you can do is start over again. And I've done that many times. So learn from my mistakes. I wasn't happy with how the teeth were looking. They were looking a little too jolly. I need them looking menacing. And I'm going to fuss with it until it looks menacing. So I will be back when it looks menacing and show you what's become of it. Alright, so this is just very barely roughed in. I like the position better, and it's looking a lot more angry, I guess. One thing Davros and the Daleks are, it's angry. Alright, as I get this polished up a bit, I will be back. Okay, new update. I think I've gotten the mouth more or less the way I want it. And now I'm starting to refine wrinkles. I spent quite a while on his neck yesterday. That still needs to be all wrinkled, with surface wrinkles and things, surface textured. It needs to be textured and refined a bit. It's there, but it's not there yet. And back of the head, just getting there. I'm starting to put kind of pore texture in. Get his eyes kind of finalized, or what used to be his eyes finalized. I guess that's technically his eye. Make the veins in his head look a smidge more subtle. A little too pronounced still. The side isn't as bad. But anyway, we're getting toward the finish line of old Davros. And next video, it'll probably be all finished. Alright. And with that, I believe he is pretty much done. Davros is pretty much finished. Other than just before I mold it, I will kind of look it over really, really well and make sure that there isn't any little fingerprints or things that don't look right, or, that sort of thing. Tool marks that need to be fixed, that sort of thing. But ultimately, I am fairly pleased with how he turned out. There's been very few occasions that I'm completely happy with things. I could probably poke at it for another 2 weeks. I don't know that I'd make it any better. Sometimes I've always heard the adage that sculptures aren't finished, they're abandoned, and that for the most part is kind of the way it goes, because there's always something else you could fiddle with. But I don't know. After a while, you start thinking, am I making this any better, or am I just fiddling with it? So, yeah. So, otherwise, I think he looks pretty good. Maybe I can come in a little closer with some things. Some skin textures there and such. Some wrinkles down here. So, ultimately, I'm happy with it, and I think it'll look pretty cool when he's all painted up. I got to figure out how to make his headgear yet, because he has this elaborate headpiece thing, that little electrodes and wires and this and that. So, and then ultimately his eye will actually light up too. I have a half acrylic sphere in there currently, and I'll get more of these. I'll paint the back of it with the colors that it needs to be, and then put a little light in there too, so it has some depth, but it does have the coloration and stuff. And yeah, so I will poke around a little bit more in his eye sockets here. That sounds terrible. But anyway, so I hope you watching this got something out of it. Once I figure out how to do time-lapse, I may try to do that on some of these sculpting type videos. But otherwise, have a very happy holiday all, and we'll see you next time.